all of you, please become very relaxed. Allow yourself to breathe gently, deeply, and easily. Let go of the cares of the day, and whatever accompaniment in light, sound, or music you wish to have, by all means add it in. But allow yourself now to think about the idea of simple resonance, vibration, frequency, in whatever way, shape, or form your imagination chooses to translate that concept. And as you allow yourself to pick a tone, a vibration, a frequency, a feeling that represents a resonance, however you wish to represent it within yourself, keep breathing through it, and allow yourself now to think of and imagine and visualize or feel the idea that that resonant frequency is shifting in a way that represents your passion, your desire to connect in channeling to a being in some other dimension or realm or physical space. Just briefly, you don't have to bring anything through. Just feel that connection as if you were about to make a connection in that way. Just sit with that for a moment and just feel the resonance of the idea of making a connection to some other entity, some other consciousness, in some other reality or distant place, be it extraterrestrial or another human, doesn't matter. And now, allow yourself to feel the difference between that frequency and the frequency of opening up to the idea of remote viewing. Viewing another remote, distant place or some place you consider to be distant and remote, regardless of whether distance may be an illusion or not, which it is. Consider in physical terms the idea of the difference of one location and another, and that you are now excited about remote viewing, picking up on a description of, a definition of another place or another time, doesn't matter which, and feel the difference in the vibrational resonance between the idea of connecting to another entity or connecting to another place and visualizing what that place may look like. Right now, just go back and forth, breathing through it and feeling the difference between those vibrations. And now allow the vibration to shift to the idea of psychic functioning, being aware of the probabilities in spirit, the potential manifestations that may occur, what might be more probable to occur than any other. Allow yourself to open up to that frequency and feel the difference in the idea of functioning psychically. Knowing, of course, again, that any prediction is an energy prediction of the moment, not really of the future, but of the sensing of the energy that exists now, that may or may not have a high degree of probability of manifesting, depending on what choices people may make. But just feel the difference in the frequency, in the resonance of that idea of functioning psychically in the way you think of it, in the way you imagine it, as opposed to remote viewing, locking into a place or time, as opposed to the idea of channeling, connecting to an entity. And now think of the idea of mediumship, of connecting specifically to the spirits that have passed on, be they people that you knew, or spirit guides that you may not be aware of, or anyone in spirit, in non-physical reality. This is all just about feeling the difference in the frequencies as your imagination shifts, as your focus shifts. And allow yourself to pick up on the idea of connecting to someone in a parallel reality, a parallel version of you that may be an extension of the same oversoul you are. Just feel the difference in the resonance, in the frequency, the flavor, the color, the feeling, whatever comes with it. And just see that you have created a spectrum of vibrations, of frequencies, of energy, of patterns in your consciousness, of resonances as they shift, as they vibrate. And now feel the vibration of connection that you may have with someone, of love, of respect, of joy. Just feel the connection resonance, the vibration of love, and feel the vibration now of all that is in its unconditional support and unconditional love of the individual identity and reflection that you are of it. And just breathe through all of these different frequencies, this spectrum of resonance. Just like there is a spectrum of color and a spectrum of sound, there is a spectrum of frequency and resonance with regard to the idea of connecting to different concepts, whether it be the idea of channeling, whether it be the idea of mediumship, whether it be just the idea of going through what you call the Akashic records to connect to information that you may desire to know about. Each has its own particular frequency. You are tuning your dial to each of these frequencies. Your consciousness dial, click, 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 click. And as you imagine them, as you feel them, as you think of them, as you have passion about making these connections, feel the difference in frequency so you can get used to the difference and have your own way of recognizing the difference between them. And as you practice this and get used to the way you resonate to these different ideas, these different concepts of connection, you become much more familiar and much more adept at making these connections. So practice this for at least 15 minutes a day if you wish to, and allow yourself to learn the different frequencies that exist within you, the different patterns and harmonics within your own consciousness that can connect you to different things, different experiences, different realms, different locations in time and space, different beings, different levels of consciousness within yourself and throughout the cosmos, different civilizations, and to all that is. Allow yourself to practice this and start to recognize that you have the ability to refine your awareness of these different frequencies, to recognize when it is this, when it is that, when it is the other thing. Don't be too hasty, don't be too hard. Don't worry about whether you can feel the difference completely or not yet. Just breathe through it, it will come. And of course, always, it will be based on your passions, what excites you, what is relevant for you, what your themes of exploration are all about. But just breathe through it and practice feeling the different resonant frequencies of the connections that you have to yourself, to your soul, to your higher mind, to your oversoul, to all that is, to spirit guides, to angels, to other dimensional beings, to the cosmos itself, and explore this realm within you of resonance. It is a dimension unto itself, in a sense. So explore and investigate this realm of resonance within your very being, within your core, and the frequency that is you. Recognize that most of all. The frequency that is you, your core frequency that is a perfect reflection of the vibration of all that is within you. Your true identity, your true self. Your unconditional, absolutely loving self. Flow with it. Breathe in it. Breathe through it. And receive now the vibrational resonance and frequency of our unconditional love, our passion and our pleasure in interacting with each and every one of you. And feel the vibration of contact and what it expands within you. Allow yourself to breathe through it and breathe it in, and welcome home.